feel as if it's all of a sudden spring in Madeira?
Well, the first thing that alerted me to it was the smells. I smell a lot of things in bloom that have sweet, flowery smells that I'm not familiar with. I've noticed it smells like spring, and part of it may be that we've had some rain, and so it smells like the fresh green smell of spring after rain. That's how the island has smelled. Now I'm noticing all kinds of blossoms all over the place. I did notice wisteria, which I recognize, and there are just so many flowering trees, so many flowering bushes that I'm not familiar with. So maybe tomorrow we'll have to take a walk and take some footage of them, because I just keep noticing them all over, driving around and everything. Onto the tennis court, and that is another thing that we're seeing more of, and I don't think we saw in the winter, are the butterflies. And I also hear baby bird song all over the place.
Another thing about spring is you really start to hear the birds in the morning much more than you did before. Don't know if you can hear them now, but they're very loud.
Is that the days are not just longer, but it's the light of spring. So even though they call Madeira the eternal spring, the days do get shorter in the winter. And so now that it's springtime, the days are longer, and it's just a different light. It's just a softer, really, it feels like spring, the light.
So I'd say part of spring in Madeira is the beginning of, let's say, festival season, in which we have all kinds of festivals culminating in May with the Flower Festival, starting here with the Funchal Book Festival. So I have to say, this is a really nice, low-key market. I'm admiring a lot of the variety here, which shows what Madeira has. A lot of the homemade goods. I'm I know I'm gonna go back and get some of this one after I'm done filming. And yeah, it's just not as hectic as like the Santa Tercera market can get, and it has more selection than say your markets in Punta del Sol or Machico or something like that. At least back in the United States, I always considered the truest kind of sign of spring being, okay, the farmers markets are open and the fresh produce is starting to appear. It's not the same in Madeira because frankly, yeah, everything's growing all year long. There are bananas are everywhere, no matter what time of year. Each fruit has a growing season in Madeira, something I'm gonna try to learn. But so I just think of this this going around to all the farmers markets on the island, at least the major ones, as being something, maybe a rite of spring, even though there really is not that much of a difference on Madeira, the island of eternal spring. But hey, it does feel as if the seasons have changed a little bit. Neighbor gave us some eggs and some parsley. How about that? And they didn't cost $15.